Good afternoon, and welcome to Brunch and Budget on Bonfire Radio with your host, Pamela Capalid, a certified financial planner here to help take the bite out of your budget. Brunchandbudget.com. I'm your sound provider, Dialect, and here's your host, Pamela Capalid.
Thank you, Dialect, and thank you, everybody, for tuning in on this Sunday afternoon. Now is summer over?
Afternoon. Nope.
Okay, I guess not till tomorrow.
Man, look, shout out. We were talking about territories last week, and shout out to my peoples from the areas where our only seasons are hurricane or not.
Or California, where it's either sunny or rainy. It
Word,
doesn't matter.
is that your season? Sunny and rainy?
Basically, yeah. I mean, and it's hard to even say whether it matters what time of year. Like, generally it's rainier in January, but I don't know. I don't think it's rained forever in California. So, anyway.
Oh, right, yeah, because they're having a drought.
Yes, we are heading towards fall and heading towards the end of the year. And today, we are going to have a battle between me
Yeah.
and credit card points.
Credit card points.
That's
Oh,
right.
you know
Pam
what?
versus points, y'all.
I seen credit card points on that grind time flip top show. Yeah, man. Credit card points is ill, man. You can't mess with credit card points.
Hey.
Credit card
or you can't mess with Pam.
No, I want to build up. Credit card points was like, yo, son, y'all fly you around the world.
I thought you were on my side.
Well, we got to build up the competitor. But if you are listening to a bunch of budget, you know that Pamela Capalid has a knockout ability, strong chin, and stamina to go 12 rounds. And fragile egos, which is necessary for
for a good
for a battle,
right?
But credit card points, man. Credit card points said it could get you a house. Credit card points said it was an Amazon. Credit card points said you fly a lot. I don't even know if they meant that as a slang or as a verb, but credit card points, they're on point.
They're credit card. Wow. Ooh.
That's what I'm saying, man. Credit cards, because everybody loves credit card points.
Everybody loves
check it
credit
out.
card points.
Credit card points are multi-platinum. I think, if I'm not wrong, credit card points are even diamond.
Probably. I haven't looked into that.
I'm gonna use
I
all
wouldn't
of
be
my
surprised.
pop music credit card puns that I possibly can.
Yes, so the reason we're talking about credit card points today is because it is also a frequently asked question that I receive right after should I buy a house is, what's the best credit card to get for rewards points?
The rewards points are some real stuff though, right?
They are. We'll find out a little bit more after this investment appetizer. Today's investment appetizer is margin account.
Margin account?
Yes. So a margin account. So did you know that you could borrow money to buy stock?
What?
Yes. So a margin account gives you the ability to borrow money from your broker to buy more stock. You can actually, and you would use your current stock and cash in your account as collateral. So basically, if you had $10,000 in your cash account, then, which means cash and stock, then you could borrow up to $5,000 on margin. You may have heard that term before. I'm buying this stock on margin, which means you borrow $5,000 from your broker, buy the stock, and when you sell the stock, then you can pay your broker back, plus your broker charges you a little bit of interest. So it is a way for you to, we said the word last week, leverage your money.
Yeah, it's some leveraging.
Yes, so that you could buy more stock and put more money and have more money into the market without actually having the money. Now,
that's what government assistance is all about.
what?
Sorry.
Margin accounts?
Well, the basics of what you're talking about. People complain a lot about your welfare, this, and you're spending money on this thing and this poor person. And people talk a lot like, oh, it's just sinkholes. Like, we're just throwing money into these pits. And that is the whole point of why, it's why they did the economic stimulus stuff with the corporations that were falling apart. But that's why you throw money at folks who don't got it so they can spend it. It's ill how people act like that's some crazy violation of the tenets of life when it's what your daddy did to you.
Yeah, I guess so. And
it works in these ways as well. I just wanted to
it does
make a brief parallel.
Now, margin accounts are a bit dangerous if you haven't gathered that already based on the nature of how they work. So
like throwing folks money who don't got money.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
That could work out, it could not.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing is, you can lose all of your money and you would still owe this broker money. You could lose all your money in the stock market and you'd still owe this broker that extra money that you didn't have in the first place. And if your portfolio is collateral against the money that you borrow, which is also dangerous, it means you're putting your current money on the line to borrow more money. Now, the other thing is interest charges. I know, right? It's a whole crazy cycle. The interest charges on the account are applied to you until you make the payment. So that means that this also isn't something where you let your margin account sit for years and years and years without paying your broker back. Otherwise, your interest is just accumulating. Now, I've heard for wealthy people, when I've worked with high net worth clients, that there was actually an option to open a margin account and use the cash to actually put a down payment on a house.
Is that doable? Is that under the...
Yeah, so to borrow the money at the time, so you have the cash to put a down payment on the house and then pay back the down payment as you want it. You're using your stock portfolio as collateral. So the mortgage lender is okay with it because there's collateral behind the cash.
Right. It feels nervous.
It's yes. We usually,
because you're already paying mortgage, and then you got a mortgage on your down payment too.
Yeah. Yep.
Ooh.
Yep. This is only something that I've seen offered to wealthy clients who have sizable portfolios.
Right.
And the interest rates are significantly lower, so they're pretty low. So if you feel like that you can use that, $200,000 of cash towards something else, then you can borrow against your portfolio, invest the $200,000 instead, and also own a home. Oh, money. It's so crazy. Having it is crazy.
I have a question that you may not be prepared to answer right now, or it may be a little too broad to be sensible.
I love these wild cards. I'm ready.
Yeah, well, no, because this just inspired a thing in my head, because we were talking about leveraging and leveraging money and all this type of stuff. And, people with a lot of money leverage all the time, and it does them, it really covers them from, big actual losses. And is leveraging a thing you can only do, that is only sensible to do when you can afford to lose it?
Yes. I was forming my answer to what I thought your question was going to be, and that was going to be it.
Thank you.
You win.
You knew what I was going to say.
Your question is the answer. Yes, you should really only consider leveraging money if you can afford to lose it. In a lot of ways, the ways that you can leverage money is very much like gambling.
Cool, because, leveraging, I feel like, is often talked about, and I feel like I've even said and spoken about it, like it's a win.
Yeah.
Like leverage is a way for you to cheat and be like, yeah, I could get down.
Yeah, you're shortcutting something for sure.
Damn, that's a word. Yeah. Shortcut.
So when you shortcut anything, there's always the risk that you'll get caught up on. That's just how it is. So margin accounts, they do exist. They are a thing. You do have to get approval. It's a separate account from your cash account, and you have to actually have written consent for the broker to open a margin account for you. So keep that in mind if you're ever filling out investment accounts. Just say no to the margin account option, because a lot of investment paperwork now will just ask you, do you want to open a margin account? No, you don't need it. Unless you're going to be playing the stock market, you don't really need a margin account. And why have that open in the first place?
Hear that?
Yeah. All right. So that was today's investment appetizer. And now, on to the main event.
Of course.
Main course. The main course. Oh, yeah. Well, today it's an event because it's Pam versus points.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
So what
I like that you were trying to stick with the brunch theme, though.
Right. No, but, brunch and boxing, that sounds like...
Oh!
Maybe we should stop doing budgeting.
Oh, yeah. This will be a much more interesting show. I'll call up Uncle Shiloh.
Get him to
call up Uncle Shiloh. We'll just describe what's happening.
Well, no, we can Periscope it. Yeah, Periscope. So what is it going to be? We have two people eat a whole bunch of food and then have a fist fight?
Oh, my God. So it could be... That's
terrible.
Great. And then, I don't know, have to do their taxes after.
No, we'd also have to get
the budgeting in.
Right, I'm just saying we'd have to include, some physical therapists, because everybody would be cramping because they'd be, fighting while they're...
Oh. So there's not a swimming portion of this brunch and budget.
Forget
unboxing.
swimming. Try to do any other physical stuff after you just ate a whole bunch. Try to box someone after you
Try
just
to
ate.
walk after you just
In
ate.
fact, now, in case you need to sneak up on somebody and punch them in the face,
Oh.
do it after they've had a full meal.
There you go.
Because, they're not going to be able to do too much.
Advice.
Rolling around on the ground.
Advice from dialect.
Run up on people at their picnics and they barbecue.
Oh my God.
You had
So
your
this
third
is-
helping yet? Pow!
This is how I should handle the credit card points.
This
I
is
just
how
gotta
we're
run
handling
up on
points.
them while they're picnicking. Okay.
Well, isn't that what they do to you? They run up on you while you're in college and say, hey, I got all of these great deals for you. I'm going to give you points, which are like video game points.
Oh my God, it's so true.
And feel like, come on, it's a huge number.
You're taking my line.
Well, I'm saying, but
That's
it's
genius.
a huge
yes.
number that correlates
Yes.
to a smaller number, but you're thinking it's a big number. So.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Let me stop, preface and stuff from what I'm thinking. Tell me about the stuff.
So points are a funny thing. People are kind of obsessed with them. Having the best credit card, getting the best rewards. I think in a lot of people's heads, it's, well, I'm spending the money anyway, so I might as well get points for it or get rewards for it.
Yeah.
So today we're actually going to break down a couple popular credit cards, whether or not the points are worth it. There's also this whole internet subculture of people who are obsessed with collecting points, so we're definitely going to spend some time talking about that. But first, I wanted to talk about the history of points and the history of rewards programs. Now, the concept of rewards programs actually began in the late 1800s with a company.
Wait, what? 1800s, really?
It's been around. It actually was a company that was founded by Thomas Sperry and Shelley Hutchinson. They called them S&H Green Stamps. And they could be earned by the consumer when they shopped at supermarkets, department stores, gas stations, other retailers. Does that sound familiar? So basically, you would collect these green shield stamps, as they were called, and you could trade them in for items in the company's catalog or the green shield shop. So they had brick and mortar places and they had a catalog. So if you collected enough points by shopping at gas stations and department stores and retailers, you could use the points to buy stuff also.
I mean, I see how that benefits everybody.
Yeah, sure. I just think it's so funny that you collect points to buy stuff by buying stuff.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's like buy one, get one free.
Oh, yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Or the similar ones of like spend $20, you get certain percentage off. Spend
Right,
$50,
right.
you get a larger percentage off.
Yes, and I definitely go with those.
It's marketing by confusing you at math.
It's by calling it something else.
Well, just changing the number. It's like when they teach you in math. One of my least favorite things when they were like, 3x plus 5 is equal to 7y divided by 2. Find x and y. And you're like, well, I know they equal each other. They're both.
Right.
They're both. If one of them's 3, then they're both 3. Right. So you're just saying 3, two really weird ways. And that's what it is. Is they're like,
Right.
it's $19.99 for it, but let's say it in a way that where we say it usually costs $39.99, but then we give you this percentage discount and this thing, and then this
Right.
other incongruent
And if you
number.
collect these points, then you can get this teddy bear or something.
But it's a little bit it doesn't feel as insidious because we kind of, like, we get that you're
You're
inflating
doing
numbers.
that.
Well, like, I mean, when you do buy one, get one free, like those offers,
Yeah,
they don't
yeah.
feel very insidious because I'm like, I get that it's a numbers promotion and you're trying to squeeze your margin as best you can.
Right. You're trying to get us to buy 2 of these things because they're going bad or something. So the thing with that is it started back in the 1800s, and it took about 100 years for it to really catch on with the airlines. I guess they had to invent airplanes first. So by the 1980s, so about 100 years later, airlines actually began to be offering frequent flyer miles.
Because it was the Diners Club card before that.
Yes, and I don't think that they actually offered rewards. I think Diners Club just allowed you to actually take out a line of credit in the form of a credit card in the way that we're familiar with today.
I disagree.
You do?
I did a little research on this. They gave you a
he
slight
didn't share
discount.
this research with me, guys.
I did. I sent it to you.
you did?
It's in the history thing.
Oh. No, Discover, not Diners Club.
Oh, it didn't. Oh, didn't have the. Oh, I sent you the wrong one. Then this is my fault. So in the Diners Club stuff, to give you a little extra background, you got a small percentage. I think it was like between like 5 and 8%, discount off of any of the places that were in the club. It's sort of like what we were talking about earlier.
Yes, and Discover had the same concept. So Discover
Well,
popularized.
Discover's apparently like it came out of the
Yes,
kind of
Discover
club thing.
popularized the concept of getting cash back.
Yes,
So
cash
getting
back.
cash back at the end of the year based on how much you spent.
Old people remember when cash back was the buzz term and not points.
Yeah, oh my god. And they still have cash back cards, but there's a big debate over whether cash back is better than points and blah 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 blah. And all in all, doesn't really matter. We'll find out. So the AT&T card was actually the first credit card to offer rewards for customers who used it. They actually said that it could be applied toward your phone bill if you use their credit card on a regular basis.
Oh, that makes
so
sense.
it started with this green stamps. It went on to the airlines. Then you could get your phone bill paid, and then you could just get cash. They were just like, let's just go with the cash.
Everybody making it easier for you to pay them.
Yeah.
I thought erroneously that credit cards started out as a bank thing and then became a business thing because I grew up in the age where they were more bank cards.
Yes, yes. Well,
But
that actually came from the fact that banks were allowed to start doing more
Right.
in the 80s, including sell you insurance, take investments, things like that. And part of it was, be a debtor.
Right.
Yes.
But it's crazy, but makes a lot of sense when you realize, oh, no, it's these businesses that wanted you to keep buying stuff at their business.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I know, it was so specific. I think Discover was the only one that was just kind of like, here's some money back. Yay. So right now, 60% of all credit cards issued in the United States are linked with a rewards program.
Right.
That's a lot of them.
I believe that.
And today we're going to be talking about how people are gaming the system, why we love collecting points, and we're going to analyze a couple of the top rewards cards so you can choose the best credit card for you and see how much these points are actually worth.
Exciting.
Points, get ready for a beatdown.
Man, it's crazy how you said the thing about how 60% of cards have points, and you know what the first thing that popped into Dialect's head was?
What?
I don't want to get a credit card that doesn't have points.
Why would you, right?
Well, because it sounds like you're giving away money. It's loss aversion.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if so many of them have them, why wouldn't you just get one that has one? Whatever. You're spending the money anyway, right? As they say. So we'll see. Can we go to a song before
let's go to a
while I
song.
gather my thoughts?
I have some topical songs. We're going to start off with a
topical.
song called Frequent Flyer, quote unquote,
Oh,
Ghetto.
that's great.
By Liza Garza. Excuse me if it's Liza. So if it's Liza, excuse me. I never know. That's a tough one. Liza or Lisa. I should know because she's got an Emmy or was nominated for an Emmy. She's one of them Slash people. She's like a poet. She makes jewelry, all kind of other stuff. I was like, dang, lady, you gotta let other people do stuff sometime. But we'll check you out in a minute. Liza Garza with Frequent Flyer, Ghetto, Bunch of Budget, Bonfire Radio.
And everybody wanna see me fly, but don't nobody wanna see me fly. And baby, that's not fly. And everybody said they got my back, but don't nobody ever got my back. You're trying to hold me back. And everybody wanna say they peace, but don't nobody wanna give me peace. I said I need my peace. And everybody wanna see me fly, but don't nobody wanna see me fly. Just fly away right now and spread my wings so far you'd never catch me, or much less see me. I'd go beyond the stars, past Jupiter and Mars. You'd never hear me, or much less feel me. And everybody wanna see me fly, but don't nobody wanna see me fly. And baby, that's not fly. And everybody say they got my back, but don't nobody ever got my back. You try to hold me back. And everybody wanna say they peace, but don't nobody wanna give me peace. I said I need my peace. And everybody wanna see me fly, but don't nobody wanna see me fly. That's not fly. No, no, no. Cause baby, I'm so fly. And whether or not you're gonna watch me fly. Cause baby, I'm so fly. Everybody wanna see me fly, but don't nobody wanna see me fly. But baby, that's not fly. And everybody say they got my back, but don't nobody really got my back. You're trying to hold me back. And everybody wanna say they peace, but don't nobody wanna give me peace. I know I need my peace. And everybody wanna see me fly, but don't nobody wanna see me fly. And that's not fly. And how she gets so fly, and how she gets so fly, and how she gets so fly. You better watch her fly, you better watch her fly, you better watch her fly, you better watch her fly. Cause baby she's so fly, cause baby she's so fly, cause baby she's so fly, cause baby she's so fly. And how she gets so fly, and how she gets so fly, and how she gets so fly, and how she gets so fly. You better watch her fly. Just fly away right now and spread my wings so far. Just fly away right now and spread my wings so far. Just fly away right now and spread my wings so far. Just fly away right now and spread my wings so far. You're gonna see me fly. Maybe I'm so fly.
Welcome back, Brunch and Budget, Bonfire Radio. That was Lisa Garza with Frequent Flyer, Ghetto. And everybody wanna see me fly, but don't nobody wanna see me fly.
I love it. I
And
love
context
it.
is key. But ain't that a thing, man? Everybody wants to see you succeed, but really also everybody wants to see you suck.
Oh, maybe a little. Maybe a little. I don't know. Okay, so here we go. Are credit card points worth it?
This goes out to you. Yes, they are, right?
Yes, they are.
No,
Yes,
no,
they
credit cards are worth.
No, we're about to find out.
Oh, wait. I thought this was about points, but credit cards are worth it, right?
Well, I don't know what you mean by worth it necessarily,
Yeah.
but credit cards are definitely a good thing to have if you want to build up your credit score.
Word.
Yes. But credit card points, which I feel like that is the question that people are really asking when they ask me what is the best credit card. Is what credit card is going to give me back the most for my money? So there are actually people, there's an amazing article on racked.com, and I'll add it in the notes, that I'm going to be referencing a lot because it actually did a great sort of overview of the types of people who have literally made it their livelihoods to live and travel off of points. So the best points to use, or the best kind of rewards to get, seem to be travel points. It seems to be the best way to get the most back for your money. And a lot of people, there's this website called Million Mile Secrets, 1 Mile at a Time, Flyer Talk, The Points Guy. And so they have actually created websites and businesses based on, hey, I can travel off points. I was able to, book a $32,000 trip with only $2,000, for instance.
It's like a life hacker thing for your credit folks.
Yeah. So Million Mile Secrets is one of the bigger ones, and he's been around for a while, and he does a lot of stuff where this is exclusively how he travels. It's pretty crazy. So, I mean, that sounds awesome and luxurious. It's like I'm already spending the money on it. So the other side of it, though, is so these people who are blogging, and blogging is such an interesting industry to me in general, because I feel like that you blog and then you get paid to blog about what you blog. So there are actually credit card bloggers who are pulling in $500,000 a year besides the free travel they earn from points, based on affiliate links, based on joint marketing with credit cards, having ads, sponsored posts. So, I mean, even like NerdWallet, all of that stuff is paid for. Those are all affiliate links. When you click on their best credit cards for 2015 and you click on one of the credit cards, that's an affiliate link where NerdWallet is getting money if you sign up to pay for credit cards. And all of these sites are playing the same game. Some credit card blogs have actually even been acquired. So the Points Guy was actually sold to Bankrate in 2012. Frugal Travel Guide, the blog, was bought by a company called Internet Brands also in 2012. So there is big money for people who have just started blogging about their hacks and their credit card point hacks and things like that. So, this is a whole other level of commitment that maybe the average person, the average listener is not ready to go through yet. But at the same time, now there's a new trend that you can actually get a big sign-up bonus if you spend a certain amount of money. So we used to see back when I was in college, you'd get a Frisbee or a burrito or a t-shirt or whatever. You'd get this random thing to sign up for a credit card. Now, you've probably seen these. You've probably started getting them in the mail. You've probably seen them on banner ads that you get 40,000 points or 15,000 frequent flyer miles if you sign up and you spend $1,000 in 3 months. Or if you spend $500, we'll give you $100 back in 3 months. And I know that you've seen those everywhere now.
If you give me a cheeseburger today, I'll happily pay you Tuesday, right? That's the old wimpy argument.
Oh, yeah. That's exactly what it is. Spend money with us now, and we'll give you some of it back later.
I mean, isn't that generally how you scam people? Give me something now, I'm going to give you something later.
Yes. And I have definitely...
nebulous date.
I've definitely run across people who have just asked me, like, so I saw this deal where if I spend $500 and I get $100... I should just do it, right? Like, that's $100. And I was like...
But you spent $500.
Yeah, but they were going to spend it anyway.
Right.
So why not get $100 back, right? And now you have a credit card. Man, it's like...
Well, I've noticed that with the actual company cards, you'll be at your Macy's or whatever.
Yeah.
Especially when it's like a place that's kind of expensive, like actually like a Macy's. Like you're like, oh, I gotta buy this tie for this thing, or like something that you gotta go to a spot like that, and they're like, would you like to? Because it takes money off of your current purchase.
Yo.
So it's very tempting, and they do it to you all the time.
You guys can't see me, but as he's saying this, I'm like shrinking away from the microphone.
I mean, I'm saying like if you were like 16 with a Ross card or something.
I know, because I just did this a couple months ago.
Oh, word. I thought you had some childhood thing you said about.
No, I was at Macy's and I was shopping for a new purse, and I hate purse shopping. And of course, every purse in Macy's was ridiculously expensive, but I was hoping that if I bought a nice purse, then I wouldn't have to go purse shopping for several years. So I went to Macy's and I was immediately overwhelmed. I picked up a few purses. I finally settled on one. I get to the counter. My willpower is drained. I've taken so many pictures of purses and sent them to you for opinions, dialect.
Yeah, I remember.
And my willpower is drained, and I get to the counter and I say, what I always say at Macy's is, are there any discounts today that I should know about that I can take advantage of? So that's my line.
Pause and rewind. That sentence there is Miss Pallad's method of pulling discounts out of things.
Yes.
She does it at everything, everywhere. No. I mean, I'm not trying to diss.
Yeah.
I mean, when it's like when she's gonna have a child, she's gonna tell the doctor that before we start labor. It's all of these things. When it's come time for the end of Pam, she's gonna be talking to the casket guy like, what kind of discount can I be getting? I am dying here. All this kind of stuff. I wanted to shout it out because while many times people will just look at you funny, enough times people give you that discount.
Oh yeah. Shout out to my mom. She taught me that. I used to be embarrassed that she did it, and now I'm learning from her.
Yeah.
So I asked her this question, and of course Macy's is constantly having a sale, and of course Macy's is also constantly pushing their Macy's card. So first off, there was some sale where I could get 20% off because it was blah 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 whatever. So I was like, okay, that's great, and I pushed it further, and I was like, are there any more discounts that I can take advantage of today? Because I'm crazy. So she was like, well, if you open a Macy's card today, it's actually a special day. If you choose to open it today, you get the normal 15% off that you do, but then there's a special 15% off of that friends and family rate. And I was just like trying to calculate. Yeah, I was just trying to calculate in my head what it was going to cost me to open this credit card on the spot. And my brain just fuzzed out, and I was like, okay, 20, 15, 15. Okay, let's do it. This purse is $225. I can't handle it. So the purse, I have to say, I want to hold on to this small victory because the purse did go from $225 to, when all was said and done, $89.
Wow, that went from too expensive to just kind of too expensive.
But now I have a Macy's card.
And what you gonna do with that?
I saw my credit score go down.
Right, because they had to check you.
Yeah, yep, because they had to check my credit.
But I mean, there's an extra line of credit. That's not a bad thing, right?
I mean, yes and no. It's just something that I have to remember. So I know we went to Macy's recently, and I bought something off the Macy's card. It didn't show up right away in our expenses because I bought it off the Macy's card. So 1 month later, I get this bill, and I'm like, oh my God, I forgot I bought something off the Macy's card. And I had to pay for it. So I fell for it. Points, you get a point. I fell for the Macy's card trick. I did. It happens. And it happens. They get you right at the moment where you're like, I just want this discount. So
oftentimes dealing with a creditor in general is like dealing with. You ever been in line at a place like McDonald's or something, like a crappy fast food type of spot, and you slight someone accidentally, very slightly, step on a shoe or move in line, something, and this person has freaked out and now spends the next 6 months trying to fight you and cut you and all kind of crazy stuff, and you're like, dude, what the what the heck is going on? And like you get home from work and he's sitting on your porch ready to fight, and you're like, what the heck has happened? And it's been like months and months, and you caught a restraint on all this stuff, and you're like, where does this dude get the time to care about this in their day?
Yeah.
And it's
crazy.
This is what these creditors do to you, is they can be the crazy guy because they have automatons, either actual bots or people they hire, that they can leave to sit on your corner.
Yeah.
They can afford to be meticulous because they've got infrastructure, and they know that you can't. So they will be the crazy person sitting on your porch every time you come out your house looking to fight you.
Yep.
And you are not going to have the time to combat that.
It's so true. How many times have I gone to Macy's and said no? This is the first time I've ever opened a Macy's card.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I was just tired. So
And they ain't got nothing but time and crazy.
Nope, it's true. So it can get really out of line though. So this guy named Dan Elef, Dan's Deals. Apparently this website has a cult following. Look it up if you want. It's just a site that has a bunch of random stuff on it. It's really hard to read through. I'm on it right now. It's very basic. There's a lot of banner ads. He claims that he has opened over 500 credit cards in his lifetime.
That's too many cards.
And has taken multiple first-class trips around the world thanks to sign-up bonuses. 500.
Oh, right, because they give you like 20 G's points in the beginning.
So think about this, average person who's just trying to live your life. Think about what this man has dedicated his life to, just so he can technically take a trip around the world for technically free, I guess, monetarily free. 500 credit cards he's had to open, keep track of. He's had to hit the spending bonuses amounts, because it's not like you just get these points for free.
Right.
So he's had to hit the spending bonus amount, keep track of all of them. One of the bloggers got really real in this article, Ben Schlappig of 1 Mile at a Time. He says, quote, I'm going to read this quote because I'm like, wow, this is real. For most of us, this is a full-time obsession. I literally work 16 hours a day, 17 days a week. It requires a lot of organization and spreadsheets. You don't want to ruin your credit score by having late payments, so you really have to be on top of everything. It's not meant for people who can't afford to travel. It's meant for people with disposable income.
Yeah, because it's easy. It's easy if you have a bunch of money.
Yeah.
And it's not a doable thing if you don't.
It straight up is not.
It's again, it's using my analogy about the crazy person. That's when you start skipping work and staying up late, concocting bombs and traps and other crazy stuff that is not going to help you in any kind of way.
Yeah, totally.
And really digs you behind in your efforts to maintain keeping up. It's craziness.
And it taps into, for some reason, this human need to collect things.
Right.
We
It's very
really
much the baseball
love
card thing too.
collecting things, the baseball cards, the video games, like you said. It makes spending money feel like a video game.
Ooh, I read the craziest thing the other day. I gotta interject real quick.
What?
You know, cards are back. Trading
Oh
cards.
yes.
Friggin'
you told
Tops.
me about this.
Tops. It's the same company. I remember as a kid, you buy the cards. You have, I got some of the cards. You got some of the cards, and you could look at a picture of all the cards in the store, but it doesn't mean nothing because you own them. And now people are having. There's an app. The big one is the Star Wars one. It's a Star Wars trading card app. So it's just a JPEG. It's a JPEG but it has created a secondary market where I was reading the article I was reading was talking about how there's this one card that was going for $200 and change.
Whoa.
And I was like, well, I understood that when it was the baseball
thing.
cards. Yeah, it was a physical thing. But how are you creating that? And, there's digital scarcity, so there's only 2,000 of the thing. But it's crazier because, yeah, I guess I could have taken a picture of Don Mattingly and written on my photo.
Yeah.
You can actually make exactly that image in your Photoshop.
Easily. Any skilled Photoshop person can do it.
But it's that instinct to have the ownership of it within the defined parameters. It's an instinct to win the game. Again, why it's called points and why it's related to your video gaminess.
Yes.
It's also like your Candy Crushes and all of that.
Right. And it's also why I imagine points are way more popular than cashback. Because cashback is just like, even if it's the same amount of money you're getting back or the same amount of money you're saving, it's like, I guess I just get my money back, whatever.
Well, and it's smaller numbers.
Yeah, totally. And it's why, yes, exactly.
20 million points looks way more awesome than $150 back.
Yeah, it's so true. Even though 20 million points is worth exactly the same.
Well, again, video game stuff. Guys who played video games that had the points at the top of the thing, you really were into that. You put your initials next to the thing. It mattered like a mug, and it don't matter at all.
Oh, yeah, no.
It doesn't even determine whether you beat the game or not.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter if you beat the boss. You just want to have all the points. So I can see how that's a thing.
It's crazy. So
numbers look great.
This is how crazy it's gotten. So a while back, the government issued $1 coins, like presidential coins, and you could actually buy them with a credit card, it turns out. So people figured out that if they bought a credit card, if they bought the coins with a credit card and deposited the money back into their bank account, then they would get the points and they could pay off the credit card debt with the money that they used to buy the money.
Scheming.
Yeah. So, yes, that was quite a hack. The government stopped issuing $1 coins because it cost too much for them to make anyway. And also when they figured out this was happening, they were like, oh my God. I mean, also, hello, the concept of being able to buy money with money, like, that's ridiculous.
Now that's when we've gotten meta.
Yeah, for real. Oh, I'm going to buy this money with my money.
Well, I did have a friend, I wanted to talk about this earlier, who's a currency trader. And it similarly was a 16-hour day. He was an artist and wanted to spend his free time arting, but he really spent. What he told me is you need to have a huge base of money to start with, because that one day where you lose 5 Gs, if you can't afford to lose 5 Gs, you're now out of the game.
5 Gs, yeah.
Well, you're out of the game if you
You're
don't
done.
have another 10 behind it, and you've now lost your job.
Yeah. Well, luckily there isn't that kind of risk with credit card points, I guess, so there's that. So this is how crazy it gets. Now, for the normal people who don't really have 16 hours a week because we have jobs and other things we want to do to devote, and we don't write a blog about it that makes us $500,000 a year, does it make sense to worry about the points? We are going to talk about that after this song, but first, we're going to do a brunch break.
Brunch break.
Brunch break.
Brunch break.
Woo,
Brunch break.
Brunch break. This
Brunch
is a new
break.
segment. If you did not catch last week's show, we are going to be featuring local restaurants and other places of business that we like in the area and talking about why we like them.
Brunch break.
Brunch break. So today we're going to be talking about Cafe Gia, a neighborhood favorite in Bushwick. It is one of my favorite restaurants because
It's not far from the studio.
it's not far from the studio, and they serve brunch 7 days a week. That's right, y'all.
Even on leap year.
even on leap year, even on February 29th, you will get that brunch. Cafe Gia, GHIA, 24 Irving Avenue, Brooklyn, 11237. They serve brunch 7 days a week. One of my favorite dishes is the Ranchero Benedict, where their Benedict is actually on corn griddle cakes. And they have a yellow pepper and feta sauce that they put as their hollandaise sauce.
Griddle cakes.
It's real good. So, as we mentioned last week, we will be reaching out to these establishments and asking them to give a discount to Bonfire Patreon members. So if you are not yet a Bonfire Patreon member, go to patreon.com/Bonfire Radio. Give at least $10 a month, and you will have access to these discounts from these delicious, delicious establishments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was our brunch break, and now we're about to go to a bit of a music break. We're going to go to the other side of it. We've heard Pam's points. Now we're about to hear Points. This song is called Points from Midway Felix. We'll check you in a minute. Brunch and Budget, Bonfire Radio. Shout out to Cafe Gia.
Just press record, man. It's heavy. I'm calling it. I'm gonna dial it back. On this thing, I dial it back. Pounding on the pavement, trying to get a better job. Hustle on the corner, always trying to duck the law. Preaching on the pulpit, steady trying to save the lost. Living in the wrong side of town, we stare across. Pounding, hustle, preaching, living. Looking up to those we singing on that television or hearing on the radio. There it goes, blowing in the wind. You got your motivation again. That's why I'm pumping harder, trying to live a dream. To get my slice of the pie. Bigger rock for the wife and something nicer to drive. No more sweat in the eye. Sip a glass full of rye. Pass them on to the team. Turning corners where I used to see the homies grinding. Life is such a rush when it comes down to timing. That house was boarded up and now there's kids out front flashing them brand new shoes. Living like there's no one, so we up. And we live here on the love. Getting points. Flying high. That ambition. Stay fly. Blow the joint. Seen the struggle. And been fed up. No ledge. I got juice. Pass the ball, dog. You a fast break. It's the give back. It's on you. Points on the board, seconds on the clock. Eyes all on you, show improved, dog, you can't stop. I've been writing hella verses, trying to find them homes. Always hearing in the zone, tear them down, Metrodome. Knowing I ain't no saint, just doing shit that they can't. Empty bank, got me stirring like I'm prepping for paint. Show restraint in this game, you can change lanes, cause this ain't no train. Turn up the AC, homie, you gon' faint. Don't get gassed up, some people get passed up. I seen it all just like the wheels on your trash truck. They want hype, and at the point they want a baller. You have to make a play or else you know they never callin'. Got your back, got your lawn, the grass is always greener. Looking in the wrong place, turn around cause that's a nice house. I've been working hard trying to keep the flows leaner. Starting small, flexing hard, Mighty Mouse, so we up. And we live here on the love, getting points, flying high, that ambition, stay fly, blow the joint. Seen the struggle, and been fed up, no ledge. I got juice, pass the ball, dog. You a fast break, it's the give back, it's on you. So we up, and we live here on the love, getting points, flying high,
Welcome back, Brunch and Budget Bonfire Radio. That was Points by Midway Felix. Talking about the points. You know, what's the shortest way between 2 points is a line? Is your math lesson for the day?
Oh, right. I remember that from geometry.
Mm-hmm. It's actually
Life.
teleportation is the truth. It's
yeah.
actually that's the shortest way between 2 points.
Is 1 point and then the other point over there.
Right, there's just some there.
You just appear. I love it. Points. Pam versus points. So I went and analyzed a couple points and cashback cards. I actually did 1 points card and 1 cashback card. And they both happen to be chase cards. And they both popped up as the top cards of 2015 on a lot of blogs.
Yeah, the chase cards really get a lot of props.
Yeah, the Chase Sapphire Preferred card.
That's the
This
one.
is what people say is great for travel. It's a good travel card. So the offer is you get 40,000 points when you sign up. It's equivalent to about $500 in travel if you redeem it through Chase's travel website or something. And you just have to spend $4,000 in the first 3 months. There's an annual fee.
It's not that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's a lot of money.
That's $1,300 a month.
When I got my first actual credit card that wasn't a secured card, there were points attached to it, and it was a large number like that, where I think you got
It was
20.
$1,000.
Yeah. Well, if you spent $1,000, you got 20,000 points,
Yeah.
and it was. Yeah.
It's like, am I gonna make it?
It's stressful. Yeah.
It is. It's stressful. Imagine $4,000 in the first 3 months. There's no annual fee in the first year. There is a $95 fee thereafter.
Mm-hmm.
You earn 2 points for every dollar you spend on travel and restaurants, and you get 1 point for every dollar you spend, period. So you get double points for travel and restaurants, and it's a travel card, which makes sense.
You know, a funny thing, an aside about the whole history of points and frequent flyer miles and all these things, is in the 80s is when that all started to come back and help save the credit card industry, because credit cards weren't really a big thing. Again, you know, similar Great Divergence type stuff. But when points came in, we also saw a rise in fees.
Yes.
Random fees.
Yes,
and
like annual fees.
what the funny thing is the reason why you guys who are trying to bust your behind to game the system aren't going to game the system is because it's already a game. The system is
the house
playing
always
you.
wins, man.
Yeah, the house always wins. Check it out. You are getting maybe 500 a year.
No, 500 once.
Excuse me, 500 once. Excuse me, you're getting $500 once from doing a lot of effort and spending money and yada yada. And they're already taking $95 for the year.
Yep.
How quickly does that balance not favor you? Mad quick.
Yeah.
And
well,
that's really the game of all of these.
think about it. Like you were saying, 40,000 points sounds like a lot. It's super fun to say. And you get the equivalent of $500. So every point is worth 1.25 cents. Yeah. Really? How many $40,000 do you have to spend to get $500? That's a plane ticket to California. Where are you going on $500? Really? Like, come on, guys. So you have to spend $40,000.
I mean, $500 is not a non-amount of money. It's just when you got to spend more than that to get it, then it ain't nothing.
It just makes no sense. So here's the thing. You have to spend $4,000 in 3 months. If you don't pay off the $4,000 balance, you'll have about $53 in interest charges a month, compounding, which is about $640 a year if you just pay the interest. Then you pay $95 a year to keep the card open. On the other side of it, credit card companies charge merchant fees of 2.1%. Every time you swipe, they charge the merchant. So they're making about $80 off of your $4,000 in 3 months right off the bat.
On more than one end.
Yes.
That's a funny thing. They ended up making money. Does this count as passive income? Or does this have another designation? They make money because you spent money with somebody using their thing.
That sounds pretty passive.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. So whether or not you pay off your actual card, the credit card company is making money. This is why they're offering you 40,000 points.
And why when you pull your behind out of debt, or why when you're a college kid who don't have no money, they offer it to you, because even if you default, they're getting money.
Yep, totally. They're getting money the whole way. So 40,000 points, $500 in travel. One nice thing about the Chase Sapphire card is they do reimburse all your foreign transaction fees. So if you do swipe in another country, then you get those foreign transaction fees reversed. I think that's why people really like it for travel. The points are things people like to collect, I guess, but the real thing is it is beneficial for you as you're traveling to be using it. So that's one nice thing. I ran across, so there's this blog called, I'm not even going to say it, but there is the advice from a blogger that you should choose wisely when cashing your points. So for instance, this is the example they cited.
Yeah, whenever you get advice from somebody and they tell you to be wise, either fight them or run away. No other response.
No, it gets better. So you could redeem 7,500 points for a $5 gift card to American Eagle, or you could get a $1 off coupon for Cheez-Its for 850 points. So what they're saying is $1 costs 850 points, but the gift card, $1 costs 1,500 points. So it's clearly better to get the $1 off Cheez-Its coupon than the $5 gift card to American Eagle. So what they're saying is I could either spend $850 to get $1 off Cheez-Its.
Points. Not
$850 to get $1 off Cheez-Its, or I could spend $7,500 to get $5 off American Eagle. Neither of these things sound awesome.
Yeah, you know, when you take out the points, I was trying to fight them back in there. It sounds so much less like a fun time.
Just replace the word points with dollars.
Oh, dang it. You won by TKO.
Just replace the word points with dollars, and that will change how you feel about points. You have to spend $40,000 to get $500 back? What? I don't know about you, but I'm not putting $40,000 on a credit card every year.
That's a lot to put on a credit card.
That's a lot to put on a credit card. This goes back to the credit card points are designed for people who have disposable income. Because when you spend money on a credit card, it means it's most likely disposable income. Unless you're one of the lucky people who can put rent on your credit card, you are using your credit card to buy discretionary things. That's just it. For the most part, that's what people use credit cards for. And that's what they're collecting points for. So, okay, so forget about points. What about cashback?
Yeah.
Cashback is, it was the original reward system that Discover created. I guess it wasn't the original. The original was Green Shield stamps, which is cool sounding. But cashback rewards, there are still a lot of popular cashback cards. One of them is a Chase Freedom. It's actually the one that I mentioned earlier, where if you spend $500 in 3 months, they give you $100 back. Which actually, $500 is not completely unreasonable, actually, to spend in 3 months on a credit card, and you get $100 back, so you basically get $100 off your purchases. There's no annual fee. You get 1% off cash back on all of your purchases, and then to add a crazy game element to this whole thing, which I think is kind of funny, is so you can spend up to $1,500 in specific categories every quarter, and you get 5% back. So, for instance, this quarter, between July and September, if you spend up to $1,500 on gas stations and Kohl's, the store, then you get 5% back on every purchase you make at a gas station or Kohl's, up to $1,500. So, that means that you can get, if you spend $1,500, $75 back in 3 months. Woo! That's nothing.
Well, it's the thing that, the folks keep using to try to play us.
Yeah.
Is
5% sounds way more than 1%.
Well, not just that, but ease versus effort. For the most part, when people in power are talking about easy money or hard work to make money, I'm about to back up the mic. They are lying to you. They are taking advantage of you. They on some, man.
For real, though.
No, yeah, because this is the thing. High effort gigs make the least money. And things that are set up as being easy programs are actually high effort things in disguise.
Yeah.
And this is where the trick comes in. They tell you this going to be easy, and your mind thinks to all the easy things that are
Right.
easy, and you're like, oh, easy stuff. I like easy stuff. I can make money like the rich folks do, doing it the easy way, right? And then you get in it, and you start having to do effort and time. And then your brain goes, well, this is how rich folks became rich, by putting a lot of effort into what they're doing, by investing in themselves. So now here you are, busting your behind, doing a lot of effort, taking a lot of hours, using your brain power on this,
Yeah.
achieving minimally, with the idea behind it that this is your paying dues for you to blow up. And these feelings are entirely curated.
Straight up. That's a great word for it. This is all fabricated, curated, designed based on your own human psychology to get you wrapped up and obsessed with being involved in it, instead of thinking about, hey, let me save money. Let me actually save for this trip I want to take, instead of trying to figure out how to game some point system.
Mm-hmm.
That makes no sense, but we get wrapped up in it because points and games
Well,
and human
appealing
nature,
to all of that stuff.
collecting things. I fell for it. We all have fallen for it. And that is why this is something that you have to just stop, take a step back, and realize they're just trying to get you to spend more money. And they're calling it something else because then it takes it out of you spending dollars and you collecting something. So it feels like you're accumulating something instead of spending it and letting go of it.
Yeah.
So you're accumulating something at the same time that you're spending it. And then, you know, you have 40,000 points and you get to buy a plane ticket to California. Like, what
Again, spending money with them and their approved things.
Yep.
So the funniest thing about it is you think you are getting more money, more resource, right? More
Yeah.
stuff of yours to have and use to create more for you. But that money never actually becomes yours. It just
Yeah.
becomes set aside. Like, here I am, Chase Bank, and I'm like, hey, airline, we're homies, so we got all this thing together, and people are going to buy our stuff so that they can then take this money that we're going to say we're giving to them, but really just give to you.
Yep. Exactly. Exactly. Oh my God. So who won, Dialect? Who won?
I would say, considering that, Midway Felix had a lot of nice points with his rhyme about points, but when you ended it with we're going all El Haj Malik Shabazam, it is fabricated, it's been curated to have you obliviated.
Ooh.
Yeah, you know, I have to give it to Pam there at the end.
Just remember that these experiences are designed to distract you. They are designed
And
to
confuse
distract you and confuse you from what your actual goals are and what you actually want your life to look like, because they are promising you things that, for the most part, a fraction of the people actually get.
It's a really tough thing. We talked a couple times. We're trying to join the Patreon part of Bonfire that Bonfire has going on. And one thing that's really important to us, I mean this, you don't have to believe it, but you won't see it, I guess, is we are really interested in making sure that when we offer services to people, I've even really rethought just simply my rap songs. When we offer stuff to people, that we're working collaboratively.
Yes.
There are two ways to sell something. There's, a collaboration, like I'm selling this thing to you because you need the thing, and I have an understanding of what your needs are, and I care about your needs, and I'm creating this in a way to serve your needs as best as I can afford. And then there's just the taking advantage of, like, oh, you got money? It's like your friend who has that Twitter account where, like, on the website it says just go fund me my name. And there ain't
Yeah.
even no description. Like, you go to the page, it's like you could give me money because
Yeah.
I would accept it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's our effort, and feel free to holler at us when we slip it on it. It's our effort to make sure that we are providing things for the things that we are charging for.
Yes.
It sounds like a simple thing to do, but as we've seen, it's easy
Yeah.
to get caught up.
It is. I mean, and it's so easy to get caught up that I've had people like screw up their faces and get mad at me when I say, points don't matter. They're like, no, but really, what is the best card? It's like, points don't matter, y'all. I'm sorry. They just don't.
Pointless.
Pointless. Points are pointless. Oh, I love it.
Like a penny with a hole in it.
Do I have a little bit more time, dialect? Do I have time to maybe shout out a card that I do maybe like?
We have literally 30 seconds. Go
Literally
ahead.
30 seconds. Fidelity Cash Management. For every $2,500 you spend, $50 is deposited into your investment account, which means each dollar is worth 2 cents. So if you do want to play the points game, you can get $50 for every $2,500 you put in, and then you can invest that money and make more money. The end.
Fidelity, they're worth 2 cents.
Yes.
There you go.
I love it.
All right, we're going to finish it out with a song about credit cards. It's called Credit Card. From a crew from Detroit, Michigan, Pasalacqua. We'll check you next week. Thanks for listening. Bunch of Budget. Bonfire Radio. Stick around, 6 p.m. tonight. We're going to have more Bonfire. More Bonfire Sundays with lots of fire and bonding. And hopefully some whining and shaking.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to check you next week. Bunch of Budget, Bonfire Radio. Thanks again and peace.
F21 click. F21 click. F21 click. I go hard with my credit card. With my credit. With my credit. With my credit card. Hard with my credit card. With my credit. With my credit. With my credit card.
First off, buy a little something for yourself. Whatever gets you feeling fuzzy, to tickles your toes crooked. Let us toast at this rectangular wonder. I love it, the blood is pumping. God bless it and keep it coming up.
Hispanic, 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 Hispanic. Waves in my hair, hair, hair. Hispanic, 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 Hispanic. Hard in the air, air. I go hard with my credit card. With my credit. With my credit. With my credit card. Hard with my credit card. With my credit. With my credit. With my credit card. Hard with my credit card. With my credit. With my credit. With my credit card. Hard with my credit card. With my credit. With my credit. With my credit card.
Watch my money grow, FDIC approved. House money, play money, money when I am in the mood. Don't follow money rules, follow me, money moves. My foot action, passionate, red and white, I got bloody shoes. This the board of the Federal Reserve. No paper, no filter, give me them edible herbs. Go hard with the plastic, I'm elastic. Stretching out the years of my life when I swear.
Hello? Hello? Hispanic, 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 Hispanic. Waves in my hair, hair, hair. Hispanic, 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 Hispanic. Hard in the air, air. I go hard with my credit card. With my credit. With my credit. With my credit card. Hard with my credit card. With my credit. With my credit. With my credit card. Hard with my credit card. With my credit. With my credit. With my credit card. Hard with my credit card. With my credit. With my credit. With my credit card. F21 click me gangster. Headmaster. Zones faster than any other 19th year mother. Recruiting all the Reddits.